Uncultured Swine, a member of society which is seen as an outcast, knows nothing, and lives under a rock. Welcome to Culture by the Uncultured. We are three ordinary people that believe everyone has a voice. This is no beat around the bush conversation. It is a raw, unscripted take on the state of pop culture from three everyday people. With that being said, we are your hosts, Sam, Sunny, and Taylor B. And today we have a special guest, Hendo. Hendo is very into fitness and fitness culture. He's taken a few classes. He's been working out for a very long time. He's tried different regimens, bulking, cutting, a mix of both, all those sorts of things. Hey, Hendo, so tell us a little bit about, you and your fitness goals and your platform.
So right now we started our, when I say we, I mean myself, we started an Instagram that's called Official Hendo Fitness. And what we are about is promoting a healthy lifestyle that's manageable. So this is for the guy that, is a stay-at-home dad, or he works 2 or 3 jobs and he wants to get in shape, or this is for the person that, doesn't want to be too serious, doesn't necessarily want to compete, but wants to stay in shape. Hendo Fitness is basically for day-to-day life. It's all about making fitness fit into your life, not the other way around. You don't want your life consumed by this, but as long as you have the heart and the dedication to stay in shape and stay with the program, you can come on down to Hendo Fitness, follow me on IG, feel free to inbox me, and I will send you things that will help you along the way.
Interesting you say that you don't want your life to revolve around fitness. You want fitness to revolve around your life, because speaking to a lot of people, especially people who go to the gym a lot, I can tell their life literally revolves around the gym. They're in the gym 4 to 5 times a day.
That's true. The problem with that is when people start to devote too much, and you can really get where you want without devoting too much time. But when you put that much not strain necessarily, but when you devote that much time to fitness, other things in your life start to lack. Whether it be your marriage, whether it be your job, you can't really devote 3 or 4 hours to the gym every day, plus 2 or 3 hours of meal prepping on the weekend, and that's a light load, because I have tried competing, but the Army, as Vought and I are both in, is very ruthless when it comes to taking your life and taking your schedule. So when people start to get consumed by this lifestyle, it can be very toxic. And it's one of those things where it's like, it could be, it's a healthy addiction. A lot of people say that, but if you look from the outside in, it's really not. And what Hendo Fitness is all about is making everything manageable, making everything time sensitive for you. So you can be in and out of the gym in an hour. Instead of figuring out your macros for the week, you can look at food differently. You can be more conscious and aware of your food. We can get you sub 12% body fat without you necessarily counting your macros every single day without it being strenuous,
Yeah.
A lot of people in this world want those results. And honestly, after the several certificates that I have received, whether or not they're through online certification programs or NASM themselves, National Academy of Sports and Medicine, there are a lot of tricks and secrets out there that I would love to share with people.
That's great, because, usually when you talk to someone who's in and out of the gym, or you go talk to a personal trainer or someone like that, it's not so much let me work around you, it's let me make you work around the gym. It's people saying, oh, you can't eat this, you need to count your calories every time you take a bite of something. Oh, you got to check and make sure, this is this amount of protein compared to this amount of fats, whatnot. If you're not in the gym.
Lifestyle, dedication.
Yeah, it's the lifestyles. But, people don't have that type of lifestyle, they don't have that ability to go to the gym like that. So it's interesting to see that, you have certifications, but you're not pushing someone saying, hey, you're only supposed to eat about 2 ounces of lean protein per meal.
Now, don't get me wrong. Now, if those are goals that people have, if the competition is something that you're looking at, those are things that you have to do.
What I'm saying is you're not pushing, hey, you need this lifestyle because this is the way it is. You're saying, if you're just trying to get fit, then I can help you get fit. Like, I'm not trying to make a bodybuilder out of you.
Yeah, it's super easy, and it's anyone can do it. It's just a matter of, step one for me, for instance, just a dry run would be, let's say you're on the road a lot, or you really don't have time to go to the gym like that, or you've been overweight for a while. Like, perfect example, pregnant mom. Mom just had a baby, right? And mom wants to get back in shape, but mom's been eating a lot of those pregnancy cravings for the last 9 months, and she doesn't want to hit the ground running too hard. She doesn't want to tire out. So the first thing we do that's super simple is we cut out soda, because Americans love soda.
Oh yeah.
So we cut out soda. You know how many carbs, you know how many sugars are in soda? Now mom's starting to lose weight. She's starting to lose weight slowly. So then we cut something else out. Stop buying your food at the gas station. Stop buying those last minute lickies and chewies. Stay away from the Cheetos. Stay away from, the Doritos. And you know what I mean? Stay away from that stuff. Now we're still losing weight. Now we're not going to cut out anything that she normally eats, like breakfast, dinner, and lunch. We don't want to do anything like that. We don't want anything too drastic. So now what we incorporate like a 20 to 30 minute walk every other day. She's still losing weight. Wow, this is crazy how this is working. Okay, Hendo Fitness. So what do we do next? Well, you will walking every other day. So now we're going to have you walk every single day. Okay, now I'm really losing weight here. I'm starting to love these results. I'm starting to fall in love with fitness. I don't want it to consume my life, but I want to get a little bit more surrounded by this. So then we can start looking at the food options. What are your foods? How sensitive are you to carbs? What are foods that you like? If you tailor, I'm going to use this word that I don't like to use. If you tailor your diet around foods that you enjoy, you've never been on a diet day of your life. You just practice proper nutrition. And that's something that's the mentality change that you have to get people to click in their heads and switch their mentality around so that they realize, hey, I may love Doritos, but I'm not going to eat them every day. Instead of eating a full bag of Doritos, those are going to be my weekend snack. Those are going to be things that I don't indulge in anymore, because I know I'm calorically aware of what I'm ingesting now, and I take more pride in the work that I've done prior, and I bring it to the table now. It's not necessarily that I'm consuming my life with fitness, but I'm more nutritionally cautious and I'm more aware of what my body needs, and it starts with baby steps. It's simple and it's that easy.
Well, what do you say to those people who don't understand, that if I'm not obsessively large, that I'm not going to lose 20, 30 pounds a month? Those type of people, they're like, I need to cut down 30 pounds, but I'm only losing around like 2 pounds a week. Like, how do you keep those people still motivated to actually go in and lose weight?
2 pounds a week that's healthy. That's healthy weight loss.
Yeah.
In any book that you read, that's actually pretty quick. So in any case, what you show them is, hey, I can let you not only can I grant your wish of you losing 10 pounds a week, I can grant you that wish with you eating whatever you want within reason. And that's what starts to motivate people. They figure out that, there's a specific way of eating that I found that works out for clients that are looking to not change their entire lifestyle, but they want to lose weight or they want to gain weight. And it's called If It Fits Your Macros.
Yeah.
And what we do is we sit down, we talk about your job activity, your fitness activity, what you're doing during the day, your age, your weight, your current body fat. We calculate all that stuff and we figure out what current calories are needed to sustain your body weight, what current calories are needed to lose your body weight, and what current calories are needed to add to your body weight. So there's a couple studies out there that have stated that you can just type in Twinkie diet. And there's a professor, I don't remember what specifically out of what college he was out of, but he ate nothing but Little Debbie products, Twinkies, Hostess, Nutty Bars, all those stuff.
Sounds like a lot of Americans.
Yeah. He ate nothing but that, but he stayed underneath his caloric window and he lost weight. He ate nothing but those foods for 5 weeks and he was still able to lose weight. So in order to keep people like that motivated, you show them that, hey, we can readjust your lifestyle in a sense of, maybe you can still enjoy these foods, but maybe not as quantitative as before.
Yeah, so just eat a little bit less, but the same.
Yeah, exactly. And you can do that strategically, and that'll keep them involved.
Do you want to give a little bit of your history as far as fitness is? I know you've been in the fitness game for a while. You weighed quite a lot less than you do now. But.
So when I started out, this was before I even met anyone here. Started out at 17. And I didn't really know what I was doing. I was working out of a restaurant and I was kind of I wanted to gain weight. I was a soaking 145, little senior guy walking around and I wanted to gain some weight. I wanted to pump some iron. I started getting picked on. So at first, there's something that's called newbie gains and they are real. Within your first year, you're most anabolic and you will gain the most weight and the most mass the first year of lifting. And I got a lot of newbie gains. And I hit 165 for the first time. And I was so proud of myself. And then I joined the Army. I think right before my 19th birthday, I joined the Army. You go through basic training, you lose some weight. I think I got out of basic training at around 158 or something like that, which was fun. And then I met Taylor B over here. And then we went out to Cuba. And I've never wasted 9 months of my life in the gym like I have then. When I say we were eating whatever we want, am I right? We were eating whatever we wanted. And we were going to the gym because that's what we thought was right.
Yeah.
You go to the gym, you can eat whatever you want, right? And that's what a lot of people think. I wasted 9 months. I may have got strong, but that was my body getting adapted to the weight. You weren't getting stronger. Your body was just getting used to what you were doing every day. You go to the gym, you lift some weights, you go to the galley, because that's what the Navy calls it, and you eat your food, and that's it. Rinse and repeat for 9 months. I wasted time. So the goal for Hendo Fitness is not to waste time. So when I got back from Cuba, my wife and I decided that we wanted to have a kid, which, I mean, we're speeding through the years here. So within that 2 years, let me backtrack. I wasted 2 more years because I was not willing to educate myself. And I was willing to follow those who were openly on substances and drugs that were used to enhance their results. When you see people out on YouTube that are eating pizzas every day and they're eating cheeseburgers all day and they're eating all kinds of junk food, fried chicken, and they're getting all kinds of substantial results, it's not real. I'm not going to downplay steroids. Steroids get a bad rep. You still have to work hard on them, but 99.9% of those individuals are probably taking some kind of supplement that's enhancing.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought that I could just do that, which isn't the case. Anyways, after we had our kid, I picked up a lot of pregnancy weight with my wife, 20 pounds, and I looked in the mirror one day and I was like, I can't live my life like this. I think I was 205 and I was pushing around 24% body fat, which, I mean, isn't terrible, but I wanted to lose the weight. So I started reading books. I started watching YouTube videos, and I enrolled in schools that would give me certifications for fitness. And here we are today. I think I went from 205 to 163 and around 5.7% body fat. And then I started taking it more seriously. You want to get into shows and you want to do stuff like that. But as usual, the Army gets in the way 8 weeks out. Yeah. And, you got to keep pushing forward. And now I'm currently in a bulking session because Taylor's here. And we're eating whatever we want. But I'll hit the grind back when we put him on the plane tomorrow. He'll be heading
just
back.
Eat MREs. You'll bulk up pretty quick.
He'll be stuffed up too. Oh, man. Jesus. But yeah, I mean, that's awesome. That's a lot of great advice. I mean, like he said, you can follow him at official Hendo Fitness. Be sure to direct message him.
Also, if you tips. I'll give you nutrition tips. And also, if you're looking for supplements that actually work, if you're looking for someone that won't give supplement advice to anyone, if I haven't taken supplements myself, I'm not going to advise that you take that supplement. And there are a lot of fitness gurus out there, quote unquote, which I'm not claiming to be. There are a lot of fitness gurus, fitness models out there that will promote supplements that they're not even taking. I'm sorry, but that's just the reality of it. They're not taking it. They're getting paid to push these products. I don't get paid for sales, but I would much rather see someone take something that's guaranteed to work and benefit them than have them out there shooting blind, spending $70 a bottle of testosterone or creatine or creatine, whatever they call it.
It's all the creatines, bro.
Going out there wasting their money.
Which I'm pretty sure I can have a whole episode talking to Hendo about fitness and fitness culture and whatnot, because I do like to mock a lot of people, and it's actually interesting to me.
Oh yeah, the science behind it all is actually very intriguing.
Yeah, I feel like we can talk about this like all day long. But I'm proud of you. I remember mocking you back when we were stationed together, David and Lemon calling you Butterball for about a good 6 months, asking you why you look like you wear your little brother's t-shirts. Being able to see you like progress through this journey to where you're at this point now where you can pretty much do whatever you want and you're choosing to help people out. It's great to see. So I'm a testament in watching him actually, attain his goals as well. So I just want to say proud of you. It's great to have you on. Anytime you want to come on, just let us know. Get you a nice little microphone. Have you jump in every now and then.
I'd like that. That'd be nice.
Of course, like Taylor said before, follow him on Instagram at official Hendo Fitness.
Absolutely.
Give our boy some love.
And ask him any of your nutritional or fitness, any fitness advice you need. That's your guy. Next on the docket, wanted to talk about the Notre Dame Cathedral burning down. I'm sure most of you have already heard about that. I'm certain that most people with the phone got an alert about it, via Apple News or any kind of news features that they have on their phone, or, saw it on social media, Instagram, Twitter, anything like that. I know it affected a lot of people in different ways, I should say. The biggest thing that's really noteworthy about that situation to me is I know it was the Hunchback of Notre Dame or Notre Dame. I know it seems like a joke or anything like that, but I wasn't big on European architecture like that. I mean, I know there's other buildings and other the Eiffel Tower, the Vatican, things like that. There's a bunch of places all over the world that are huge and have a much sentimental and historical value to a lot of people. But with that being said, I feel like a lot of people, were really hurt by that. A lot of people posted about it. Their heart was broken. Some people posted, they were thankful to have ever been able to go there and things like that. So if in the future it's able to be rebuilt and be fully restored, that's awesome. And I'm sure people would be much appreciative of that. But from what I can recall, I heard that they don't have the wood for it, I guess, anymore or something like that. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on that whole situation? I'm sure you guys have an agreement as far as this was a tragedy. It sucks. Hopefully they can get it rebuilt. But
I'm going to say it. I know you're really always surprised about what everything I ever say on here. I don't know why, but is it a tragedy? Yes. Does it affect me as a day-to-day person? No.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a piece of history. It's sad to see a piece of history. It's not like the whole church is burnt down, though. It's an important section, but it's not the whole thing. But like the significance to me is like it's just a piece of history that's going to go. I'm not going to lose sleep over it because I feel like there are things everywhere else that, it raised $1 billion?
Yeah, like a day or something like
and
that.
it made me kind of angry because we can donate $1 billion for a cathedral, but when we have other issues going on, no money gets raised.
Poverty,
so it's like, wow, there's billionaires who are willing to donate billions, millions, billions, thousands of dollars to the Notre Dame Cathedral. It might hold a special place in their heart. I don't know. But if you're an ordinary person who donated a large sum of money, I feel like you should probably look into your community and see where else that money could have went.
Absolutely.
Because like they said, they didn't have money to fix a repair beforehand, and they've been needing repairs. It took it being set on fire for someone to be like, oh, God, we have to help fix this.
Yeah.
And, I feel that's the case everywhere else, except for no one donates the money to help fix it. They just watch it burn.
Yeah.
So I've taken art classes, so I've studied, some architecture, and obviously I appreciate the art and history in Notre Dame. I've been there. It's beautiful. It was gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It was absolutely stunning when you go in, but I agree with Sam, it doesn't really affect me day to day. And, they have mass there still, and they still have services there. So I know it does affect some people's lives, but just consider this. It's a building. It is a object. While over in Sri Lanka, people died. Over 300 people died in bombings. So lives are irreplaceable. A building can be rebuilt. Maybe not with whatever wood, but they can rebuild it somehow.
I liken it to celebrities. When a celebrity dies and you have all these people who are up about how, that person touched their lives through their music or whatever. It's like, I'm glad, that person helped you get over your hard time or got you through whatever you got through. But at the end of the day, what other significance to that person, I know I have people all over my Facebook talking about, oh, it's so beautiful. My heart hurts, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I understand it's beautiful, but as you can see, people are going to help rebuild it as best as they can anyways.
Yeah.
It's a place. It's a literal object. Maybe outside the church I grew up in, that's probably the one place I would actual building I would feel horrible about it burning.
My thing is that more people are talking about a building that collapsed that was standing for 800 years, and not enough people are talking about Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Which is outrageous to me. We're more concerned on building structures. Cool, I get it. It's a cathedral that's been standing in this world for 800 years. We're failing to be aware of almost 300 deaths in strategically placed bombings.
And it's like more than 400 people were injured as well, too. It's like 700 people, more than 700 people affected by this in total. And people are just
it's ignorance. I'm going to choose not to point and pay attention to this thing that happened in Southeastern Asia.
It's an island south of India, right off the tip of India.
Southeast Asia, that's where it's at. So I'm not saying these people are racist, but when things happen in brown countries, people are less willing, unless they're killing dolphins, people are less willing to pay attention to it because, they're just Muslim extremists in that part of the world that blew some shit up. Happens all the time.
Yeah, because at least no one died in Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Thank God no one died. But hundreds of people dying, children dying. That is just disgustingly sad.
And the worst part is, I made a post about when did Easter become a second Christmas? But it's for the holiday that Easter is, and as big as a Christian of a holiday it is, I would feel like more Christians would have been angry that a bombing happened on Easter that killed people during Eastern services. They chose the Christian holiday to bomb somebody, but who cares?
And it wasn't just Christian churches either. I heard there was some Catholic churches out here too.
It was churches and hotels.
That's insane.
Do you guys think that the celebrities that help donate towards the cathedral, do you think they did that for fame or notoriety?
Oh, I'm certain.
Well, it can go back to the clout episode. It's like I probably failed to mention it. I had to go back and listen to it, but I feel like a lot of people do things to make themselves appear good in the eyes of others.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's another way to clout chase. Oh, I donated $500,000 to the Notre Dame reconstruction.
But I don't think it's fair to try to like shame people for doing it because you never know what their intention was.
That's a good way to chase it. But, something good comes out of it. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people actually do donate and do stuff like that just for.
Well, rich people especially, they can donate, and get it as a tax write-off.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up.
So, more money needs to go to Sri Lanka than a cathedral, that is a Catholic cathedral. And, the Catholic Church has so much money. They don't need the help. They really don't. So, well, maybe they do because they've probably been paying a lot of lawsuits for all the, perverts and pedophiles. So maybe they're a little low on cash now. I don't know. I know. That's a whole nother conversation.
Jesus.
Straightforward there, Sonny.
Maybe that's why they don't have money to fix it themselves because otherwise, I've been in Notre Dame. I mean, there's a room with just jewels and beautiful things like with jewels and gold and gold crosses and gold crowns and chests covered in gems. And
maybe hear me out here. They figured that it was an 800-year-old building and it was bound to come down at some point.
You think insurance money?
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, maybe they're just like, it's an old building. We couldn't fix it to begin with.
Well, they said they think that it's a fire from, I saw that they thought it was a fire from the restoration crew.
I heard it
maybe
was
some
either
equipment.
Computer glitch or some kind of faulty circuits or something like that. So
probably from the restoration work because it looked like they had workers there that were restoring it at the moment.
Being responsible for the
I know, right?
fire?
Jesus Christ.
My goodness. I would never want to show my face anywhere and just be like, what? But no, that wasn't me. I was off that day.
You'd write that whole job off of your resume. You would say, no, I never worked for them. I don't know who they are.
Background check comes up. We see you did work for the restoration of the Notre Dame Cathedral.
Can we contact your previous employer?
Please
no. At least no one got hurt. I think that's what should be taken away though from Notre Dame. At least no one got hurt.
For Sri Lanka, I just hope that, and it's not even so much that people talk about it necessarily, because I feel like that's what always happens. People even make fun of people just for talking about it. Oh, sending your prayers. Oh, I'm so glad you changed your profile picture. That did so much for the country. Things like that. Super there's a lot of negative people out there that don't do anything to help, and they feel like because they're not following the masses that they're not, that they're better than other people. That's fine. That's up to them. Whatever their morality or fucking guidance compass is, that's on them. But I just hope that we can, in whatever shape or fashion, various countries, various celebrities, various people with fucking wealth, with the ability to actually give or help out that country, that they can, really understand them. People love them. People care about them. There's people out there that give a fuck about it. You know what I mean? This whole terrorism thing, this whole mass shootings, attacks, and all these things. There's a lot of messed up people out there, but I feel like there's a lot more people out there who actually give a fuck and care about the rest of the world. And I just hope that they don't, people aren't just written off, oh, fuck the rest of the country. It's y'all who did this or something, or y'all don't care or something, no, people care. It's just sometimes, especially nowadays, with the way news and media is, you really got to find the people that care or that want to do something, it's all you see is negativity and evil shit on the news and even on social media, stuff gets spread around like wildfire, but hopefully those people can recover and find, people out there that are helping or, able to do whatever they can for them, are being positive and helpful towards them, and they can really get the help that they need. Even more so than Notre Dame.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to talk about how in Sri Lanka, they had warnings of this 2 weeks ahead of time, then 2 days, and then 2 hours before the attack.
I heard about that too. I didn't know if you guys wanted to talk about that or if you guys just, because I feel like that kind of goes into the whole conspiracy thing, but I don't know though. If it's true. I don't know.
Thing. I think it's, you can look at American armed mass shootings. Sometimes FBI has warnings about these people, but they don't do shit, which it's hard to understand why they don't do shit.
I mean, you can discuss population control, but that has nothing to do with America,
It's the world.
It's the world. Yeah, exactly. It's the world. This is one of those things that are so strategic, and it seems like it's so well sought out and planned that it's just how could it not be the government?
How can it not be some larger entity that is
population control by the government?
Not even necessarily the government, just world powers, just something in the world.
Illuminati, the shadow.
Yeah, it's fucking scary to even really think about it and discuss. It's It's one of those things that it's like, I would hope that like there's not people out there evil enough to just be like, let's make a group and fucking every so often let's just plan all these like just terrible, awful things in the world to make, to fucking either one, control the population, or two, to fucking have something to talk about and distract people so that there's something to talk about so that it hides something else. Cause that's what a lot of people say too, that when something like this is big, that it's just covering up something else that's happening in the world.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, I don't really read too much into that conspiracy theory that, this type of stuff just happens to distract you. But I'm going to say it is oddly coincidental in the States how that happens. How every time we have an accident or a mass shooting or something like that, if you check the news during that time period, something's been pushed through legislation or, something else happened to distract you from like world news and whatnot. I'm not saying it's true, but it's kind of weirdly coincidental that that type of shit happens.
Yeah.
Well, and it might be because the media, well, for one, because consumers aren't interested in the legislation, or it could be because the media chooses to push that forward.
I mean, oh yeah, definitely. If you look at it, people want to see the worst in humans.
Yeah. Well, and they like sex, they like violence, they like exciting things. They don't like, this legislation got pushed through Congress.
For example, one of my favorite TV personalities, Gordon Ramsay, when they ask him why he's that way on American TV versus British TV, he literally said because if he was nice and calm on American TV, no one would watch.
That's
paraphrasing.
True.
Yeah, no one wants to see a nice, calm person on American TV. They want to see someone who's overly aggressive and demeaning towards humanity.
Drama. They want
it really is. And you got to think about it. Like when you look down on your phone and you see something negative, subconsciously you feel good about that because thank God it's not me, right? Or, think about like everything that you encounter in your day-to-day life. Think about how many endorphins are released, when you feel happy or you swipe right or you scroll down your newsfeed and you see someone else having a good time, or you see someone else. Do you feel better if you see someone having a good time, or do you feel better if you see someone else in a worse situation than you? And that's what's so crazy. What's so crazy is that I can't imagine seeing 300 dead bodies.
Oh, no.
And we're not even talking about it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one Facebook post about this. I heard about it from you. And I was like, on Easter Sunday, I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And nobody's talking about this. I heard about the Notre Dame Cathedral, though. Back to that, I heard about that. And right when it happened.
I mean, you also got to look at it this way. We're having a conversation about it at work. They're going back to the attack on New Zealand, last month. Like, why is that such a big deal? We were talking about it, and we're like, when things happen to non-brown countries, it's when we look at the issue.
Yeah.
But you have African villages that's being burned all the time. You have attacks on Christians in different countries all the time. You have attacks on Muslims in different countries all the time. But because they don't look like the masses in one country or the other, we don't hear about it. It's a empathy thing. I am more empathetic towards people and cultures that resemble mine. If you don't look like me, act like me, talk like me, you don't worship like me, or your society is not shaped and built around like mine is, I'm not going to feel as empathetic because I have nothing that's connecting me to you other than we're both humans.
Do you think that it's that, or do you think that it's, I don't want to bring race into this, but do you think that it's more about being, and I don't want to sound cheesy, being culturally unaware? Because here's the thing, Americans, we live our lives. We want to feel safe in our home. We want to watch our TV, and we want to be fed the information that the media gives us. And, the government's in control, and we have our little blinders on, and we're safe in our little car. We're safe on our couch, and we only see what the media shows us on Facebook, or we only see what the latest rapper put on Twitter. And, it's more like, do you think it's a race thing, or do you think it's just, we just don't know?
It's like a little bit of both. So in a way, we know those attacks are happening over there all the time. So it's like, oh God, the Southeast Asians are bombing Southeast Asians again. Holy shit, we know that's going to happen. But also, when you look at it, our media shows us these things and tell us these things because they want us to feel safe that, hey, aren't you glad that you're in the States and we don't have to deal with this on a day-to-day basis?
Now, I find it very interesting that you say that because what about American soldiers? How often does the media tell us about the death of American soldiers? That's why I found it interesting that you said that you think that I wouldn't say that you think that it's only brown cultures that we're really bonded by, but guarded from. But American soldiers dying downrange. How often is that just to look at your phone? Oh, 200 soldiers died in Iraq. Oh, thank God
Course
it's
was
not
my
me.
major. My major was originally military history, right? And one of my first papers I wrote was on Vietnam War and how media affected it. And it's shown that the more you show the effects of war, like remember at the beginning of the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, how we saw every week, every day, neighborhood soldiers who were killed in action. The more and more you show that type of thing, the horrors of it, the less support you get from the general public. Yeah. Because no matter how badass someone wants to appear, when you see people dying, unless you're totally unempathetic towards them, you're like, oh God, why are we dying over there for whatever reason? So if they want us to be over there for whatever reason, they'll show less and less of it. That's why, I hate following military pages on social media, but I still follow like U.S. Army what the fuck moments. And they'll show every now and then a soldier that died that we won't see on TV because they're not in mass.
Do you think those are examples?
They don't care about one
of the government giving us too much?
Yeah.
The American population doesn't know what to decide, what they want. The government's not giving us enough. The government's giving us too much. We don't want to see that. That's too bloody. We don't want to hear that. It might hurt our feelings, but at the same time, don't hide the truth from me.
It's control. It's like if you, I'm swaying your opinion without giving you too much or too little. I'm letting you decide what you want.
At the end of the day, the decision's already been made for me.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same concept with free will. Do we really have free will? Are we living this life believing that we have free will, but the end is already determined? Because if you already know the end is determined one way or another, how would you act? If I told you right now today, Hendo, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you say, or whatever your actions are, it's already predetermined that you'll live your life in paradise once it ends. You cannot tell me you will continue to go through your day as a good person 100% of the time.
I see what you're saying to a certain extent. Yeah. Why give a fuck if I'm gonna end up where I want to be in the first place? Yeah. Who gives a fuck you? Fuck you. You're cool, but who really cares?
So by telling you the end goal, if I tell you we are going to reclaim this land for this specific group of people, you have it in your mind already that we're reclaiming that land. So whatever happens between point A to point B doesn't fucking matter because we have to reclaim that land.
Yeah.
If I tell you this doesn't matter because this type of shit happens in this country all the time, and no matter what we do, it's going to happen, I just made up your mind for you that no matter what you do, say, or what we do or help them, it's going to happen regardless.
Yeah, that's so
most people can't, like I said, Southeast Asia. Sonny told me it was an island off of India, which is in Southeast Asia. But if I gave most people a map and said, hey, point to the region where Sri Lanka is, they wouldn't be able to do that shit. Most people, I guarantee you, wouldn't even know that was a real fucking place unless they listened to MIA back in 2008. So think about it. It's like, the media has so much influence over us. It's like active shooters in the state. Are we really that surprised that another active shooter happened? No, because at this point, the media has already told us that it's just going to continually happen. Yeah. So it's in our brains already, hey, there's an active shooter every fucking day.
I still can't believe that there has never been like a report. And I'm sure I've looked it up. It's happened before where an active shooter scenario started or somebody started shooting people. And then someone with a good guy with a gun has stopped them. It's happened, but it's just not in the media because the media wants us to see all this negative bullshit.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear about the fucking hero or whoever that stopped somebody from doing something like that. I mean, there was even that, I forget his name, but there was that soldier that got killed by cops because he was walking around with a gun, I believe, and in the mall. And I guess the same thing happened where there was an active shooter and he was walking around trying to help the situation. And I guess from what I was told, from what I have read, there was a lot of people, or it's like an open carry state. So a lot of people were doing the same thing, and he just happened to be a black dude with a gun, and they took him down.
Oh, you're talking about the mall shooting?
Yeah.
See, that happened in Alabama. The guy was shooting at the mall, kid with the gun, tried to be the good guy with the gun.
Yeah.
But the police didn't take him as a good guy as a gun and shot him down.
Yeah.
And then they said he was the shooter, in which they had a letter redact and say, oh, he wasn't the shooter. He was trying to stop the shooter.
Yeah.
After you slandered the man for what? 12, 18 hours between that time frame. But yeah, so for the Sri Lanka thing, we already know that that's in Southeast Asia. We know that bad things happen in that part of the world. So it's surprising and it's tragic, but I think to a lot of people, it's not that tragic because we already know that part of the world has issues.
It's like we get numb to those situations and those occurrences.
But on a thing of race, I'm going to say, Hendo, I think you are kind of right, where it is a race issue where we look at that part of the world and we're like, they don't look like me. They don't have the same culture as me. So without like knowing it or knowingly make that decision, we're just like, okay, that's tragic, but it's not affecting me that bad.
All right. I'm getting a little down now about this subject. It's pretty intense. It's pretty sad. Let's move on to our final item on the docket. I believe everybody here is either familiar with the character Shazam, once called Captain Marvel. He's not called that before or called that anymore. He was once, I think DC acquired him by suing him, saying that he was like a copy of Superman or something like that. And it was even at one time more popular than Superman. The movie came out recently. It's been out for about a week or two, I think. I know I have seen it. I believe Sam and Sunny have seen it. I don't think Hendo has seen it, but I know he's familiar with the character. What did you guys think of the movie? Do you guys like it? Let's move on to lighter
first
stuff.
off, let's go ahead and give them a spoiler alert. But in that, I'm just going to go ahead and say I liked it. It kind of caught me off guard with introducing the whole Shazam family like right off the bat.
Megan Good.
Megan Good. Yeah, that really surprised me. I haven't seen her in forever.
Yeah.
I think they did a lot of good things there. I could tell, Zack Snyder didn't have too much influence because I could actually see. Not saying he's a bad director or producer or anything, but goddamn. Yeah. Like some of us have like bad eyesight, man.
Yeah.
I gotta be able to see the punches being thrown. But you could tell they kind of kept the fact that, he is a child turning into this grand superhero, because I feel like the comedy in that movie was very much meant for the 14-year-old version of myself would have had a great time laughing at that movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It almost reminded me in a weird way of Ant-Man, but better in my opinion. Full comedy, just like Ant-Man, but I think it just kind of hit a little bit better, if that makes sense. It's, it kind of just came unexpectedly. I know that DC's been working on a lot of movies, pretty much trying to catch up to Marvel. I didn't necessarily think Shazam was going to come out of one of like, I don't know if they're breaking it down into like phases or anything like that, kind of like how Marvel is. But if you say like anything after Justice League is like phase 2, would have never thought that Shazam would have come next, especially after kind of already having a solid ground of characters you have in your universe. The main Justice League cast. We don't even have a Green Lantern yet. We don't have a Martian Manhunter, but we have, everyone, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Flash, Batman, Superman.
Well, the way it looks is they were going for a new 52 Justice League, having, Cyborg in there.
Oh, yeah.
But, we don't have a new 52 Justice League because we didn't know Shazam or there was no Green Lantern. And it's like we were missing two of the strongest characters.
Yeah. But even with that being said, I thought it did pretty good. I enjoyed this movie. I think this is the newest one after Aquaman, I believe, came before this, and that movie was pretty good too. So hopefully, they're on the right track now. They're gonna keep putting out some premium content, and we can enjoy the duration of whatever the DC EU, whatever you want to call it, DC Extended Universe or whatever they're going with now. We can enjoy the rest of that and enjoy all of our, favorite comic book characters that we've grown up with coming to life, Yeah. I think I especially enjoyed Billy Batson and I think Freddie is his name, the Cricket brother. Freddie. I really enjoyed their chemistry on the film. Everything was perfect. Every time I saw them together in a scene, I thought it was hilarious. I wanted to laugh. I did laugh. And for whatever reason, that just worked out really well. Even Freddie with Shazam, I thought it was still just as equally hilarious. They just did a really good job, with just interchanging, the boy with the man and just still keeping up that same chemistry, that same, okay, we're brothers, we're new at this, but like we're, around the same age and we can just kind of like banter back and forth, and whip up some pretty good comedy. What did you think about it, Sunny?
It was okay. I didn't really like it, but it was fine.
What did you not like about it?
I didn't like the humor. Working with kids is always, just hard. So I'm not really a fan of too many child actors. Mm-hmm. So the acting wasn't great. I didn't really like the monsters either. I guess like maybe I'm just used to kind of like Marvel standard, but they kind of look they made me think of like old Ghostbusters or, something cheesy. I didn't really like them. I don't know. I'm sure maybe they're based on the comic and that's how they look. But
this story was actually based off the DC, the new 52 version story for Shazam. And it's the same storyline for the most part, but the monsters didn't look anything like they looked like in that comic book. They all had like their own individual color, and they were, they had like really good characteristics. And I mean, I feel like the most you saw in this one was like, I think Greed had like extra hands so he can grab stuff. I feel like as far from that, they just look like a bunch of like shadowy like demon creatures, and you could kind of just interchange them, except for like one was really fat or something, like it wasn't great attention to detail when it came to designing each and every one of those characters. It's almost like the Decepticons in the first couple Transformers movies. They all they're gray, and you can kind of tell the main ones apart, like Megatron or Starscream. Everybody else just pretty much looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like for example, the one with wings and horns. I'm going to assume that was Wrath. Not too sure, but he looked like a badass. But I can't really tell because they didn't really just introduce all of them as single entities.
Yeah.
Or the fact that they're possessing him.
Yeah.
But like I don't know who's doing what, except for Envy was the one that stood out. Because she had to attack Envy.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing was kind of just cheesy. It was kind of a cheesy movie still to me. But, I don't really like too many action movies. So,
well, my thing is, I love superhero movies because I grew up watching and reading superhero stuff. But I just feel like DC, at least live DC movies, just lack. Animated, they're great.
Oh, absolutely.
But live, they're just... I don't know, they just be lacking for me.
Though, I mean, that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, clearly Marvel even knows how to do animated better than them. So
true.
Because that shit was tight.
Yeah, that was really good. I think Sony made that though, didn't they?
Who?
Sony? I thought that was a Sony product.
Yeah, it was a Sony product. But it's still
Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like their older films, like I know they did like old Avengers films, animated films. I thought those were pretty good, but the DC animated films, I thought they've been really good. And they've had a series, like a consistent series going for a while, which is interesting because it's been going for a couple of years now. And I feel like it could almost be a show, like intertwine it into a show, but they don't for whatever reason. I'm not on the creative or design team, so I have no say in that matter. But I feel like if you got something going for you for so long and you're clearly liking it and you're clearly invested in it, why not just, go all out with it and make it a show? And I mean, it would be way easier to do that instead of like, they have like the DC EU and the fucking DC stuff for like, what is that? The CW?
Yeah.
So like clearly we're not going to combine these two universes, this is separate from each other, so it's like, it would be so easy to just make animated movies and then you can make a show and then you can make an animated movie, make a show. It's almost like freaking anime, They have those OVAs and those like, one-shot films, and it would just be easy like that. So we have this continuous story with this group of heroes or whatever. And now here's, bam, a big movie for like more heroes, introducing somebody, etc. Bam, keep going with the show. And it could just interchange or intertwine so easily versus like, okay, now there's two Flashes out here. Now we got Ezra Miller, Grant Gustin, and who's better? Okay, are we going to put him in the movie? No, we're not going to use him for the movies. Okay, so why is there two Flashes? Because people who are not following this stuff, they don't necessarily know. Like I've got that question so many times. Why is there two Flashes? Why is there two Supermans? So why is Superwoman not going to help them? It's not the same universe. I don't know what to tell you other than that. It's the same stuff, but it's just not the same. But
yeah, keep it consistent, well rounded. Like if you're gonna have this person,
yeah,
and have that be your one singular entity throughout the show or throughout the universe.
So I feel like continuity is a huge deal when it comes to movies.
It's DC anyways, and their continuity, like that's why I hate like who's the strongest like comic book character. I never put any DC character in there because at the end of the day, whether talking about Superman Bronze Age, Superman Silver Age, the Golden Age of Superman, New 52 Superman, Flashpoint Paradox Superman. They could talk about all these different fucking Superman, and I can't there's no way to pick one. And of course, there's Superman I don't even know about. So it's like, who's the best, fastest character? Well, I don't know. Is Wally West faster than Barry?
Which version of them are we talking about?
Yeah. Who's going to win? The Flash versus the Silver Surfer? Well, it depends on what we're talking about
Absolutely.
and who we're talking
I know you guys gave praise to their animated movies, but I do want to say, Sam, whatever movie that was where they were like giant samurai robot things, that was garbage. That was a garbage
about.
movie.
We talk about the Batman movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was garbage. That was trash. That was
You talking about that little anime versions they did for those characters, for some of those characters?
No, it was the Batman movie where they went
They're
back.
like in Japan. Yeah. And they have giant
Joker was like
robots.
a Shogun or something. Batman was like a ninja. I think there were some other characters in that too. I think there's more. There's another one too. There, but I think that was in Gotham: The Dark Knight or something like that. It was kind of like a Halo Legends where it was a bunch of
different animators. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one where there was giant robots. That was garbage.
Oh, I have not seen that one. That sounds crazy.
It's garbage. Don't watch it. We paid for it. And did you buy it, Sam, or rent? Okay, so you bought garbage. So great.
I'm used to buying garbage though. Like 90% of my purchasing power goes to like.
You gotta like sift through the garbage to find the gold, you know?
Well, I was hearing good things, so I was like, all right.
It'd be nice if it was free. Normal garbage, like I could go sift in my neighbor's garbage for free. I don't have to pay to go through their garbage.
Well, I like B movies, so if that tells you anything, I like shitty movies.
Says you have no taste.
We
Yeah.
can't all be blessed.
Yeah. I
But
know.
with good taste.
Yeah. Not saying that I have good taste, but I'm just saying in general, not everybody can be the same. I'm saying everything will be
I
bland
like
and
to look,
boring.
let's look at it positive. Like, it's not that I have good taste. I don't have good taste. I just find the joy in a lot of things. I find the positives in things. Okay, Sonny?
Okay.
All right. With that being said, though, overall, so it seems like Sonny, you weren't very pleased with the film. Sam seemed to like it. I seemed to like it.
I didn't see it, so
So,
that's why you only heard from me for the last damn 10 minutes.
should we do like a grading scale for movies that we've seen? Should we?
I give it a question mark.
Question mark. I give it a 6.5.
6.5.
I thought you said you liked it, Sam.
I'd probably say like a 7.8.
I liked it for a DC movie.
Yeah. What about
I'd
you,
say
Sam?
3.5, maybe 4.
Oh man, almost a 4.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's cool though. I mean, hopefully the next film, catches your attention a little more. Are you a fan of any of the DC films so far, or no?
Wonder Woman. I liked Wonder Woman.
Okay. All right.
I mean, Wonder Woman was probably like a solid 9, though.
I haven't seen Aquaman yet, but
It was interesting to say the least.
okay. Well, maybe we'll watch it. Sam keeps trying to get us to watch it. I don't.
Yeah, why would I want to sit there for like an hour and a half with Jason Momoa's shirt off?
Why wouldn't you?
Bad enough we went to see fucking Black Panther. Ooh,
What's wrong with that?
gotta go.
Oh man,
Black Panther was lit.
but it was like dudes fighting with their shirts off for like half the movie.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? What is wrong with you guy?
When you're part of official Hendo Fitness, they ain't got nothing on there. You know what I mean?
Man.
So you're not really worried about that.
Oh man. All right. Well, I think that about wraps up this podcast. Anybody have any like last words?
When are you guys coming out with shirts?
When we have more followers,
Yeah.
I say once we get about 100, maybe 150 followers, we'll come out with like something. But as far as right now, just our moms and their friends is probably not enough followers. So.
Yeah, so if you guys share us and stuff, we get 100, 150, we'll have shirts. We'll probably have some giveaways with shirts. Someone can get some shirts.
Give it away.
PlayStations?
All right, relax.
Now I'm about to deliver a sandwich to everybody's house.
Anyway, with that being said, be sure to follow, our friend of the pod, official Hendo Fitness on Instagram. Do you have any other social media outlets like Twitter or Facebook?
No.
Okay.
Instagram is my main push.
Instagram's the main push. All right. Any website ventures in the future, anything like that?
No, I might come out with shirts after. Once I hit 5K, I'll start coming out with shirts.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'm sure I'll be looking forward to that.
Where are you now?
What am I at now?
Yeah.
I'm at around 2,000. I think I what did I hit last night? 1,800?
Like 1,800 last night.
I had 1,800 last night. So
Balling.
5K, boys.
All
We'll
right.
come out with fitness shirts.
5K challenge. Let's do it. But all right, that'll be us. That'll be the end of us for now. This will be Sam, Sunny, and Taylor B. We'll be checking in with you guys shortly, so keep a lookout for us. I want to say, I don't know how to say bye this time. There's only so many ways to say bye.
Here you go. I got it.
All right.
Hey, remember, guys, share us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Go visit our website, culturedbytheuncultured.com. Let us know how you think we're doing. All feedback is good feedback. It lets us know how bad we sound or what we need to focus on for the next time. All this is to give you guys a better show. So with that being said, hope you guys have a great day, and we'll try to have one ourselves.
Adios.
Cue the music.